Trainer of the 2024 Derby winner Anthony Nunes says his charge crown chaser will be rested for a while and then be geared towards the Grade 1 Jamaica Cup in November. In a post-Derby interview with QuickGallop.com and its YouTube channel, The Quick Galloper, Nunes also reports on the rest of his 3-year-olds.
The Derby is now over, and you're the winner. Did you expect this?
Well, I mean, whenever you have a derby call, you know it's competitive. These horses are going 12 furlongs for the first time. As we had discussed prior to the derby, both horses were working very well. Couldn't have been happier with them. Had 2 top riders, and you know you have to be fortunate to win races like this. But all went well, and it worked out for us.
How did Crown Chaser come out of the race?
Actually, fantastic. I had planned to give him about a complete week off. So the race was Tuesday. Gave him 3 days just leading around the shed row. And by Saturday morning, it was hell on Powder House with him here. He was, you know, walking on his back feet. I took him out on Sunday morning, jogged him 1 mile, and Shane was still here and jogged him one circuit of the track and came back and said, "Trainer, we need to give this horse some work." So we started back slow cantering him on Monday morning, and so far so good.
Trainer, you had 2 other horses in the race. Captain Sparrow finished 3rd and King Pie some ways down. How are they, and what are your plans for those 2 horses?
King Pie came out of the race tired. Expected that. He had gone 10 furlongs, 9.5, 12 furlongs, so expected he was going to be tired. Gave him a couple. He got the longest rest out of everybody else. He's back out now and cantering slowly. So he was tired. Obviously, I'm going to aim him towards the Winston Griffiths on the 1st of September. And same with Captain Sparrow. He wasn't tired. He actually was very much like Crown Chaser. Came out very happy, full of himself. He was back at the track on Saturday morning as well. And all seems to be well with him. All being well, he would also run in the Winston Griffiths.
6 times you have won the Jamaica Derby, the most prestigious race. Mute Mile or not, the most prestigious race on the calendar locally. Terremoto, Technomotor, Relampago, Orpheus, Supreme Soul, and now Crown Chaser. How do you rank this win by Crown Chaser?
I mean, each of them have been very different, to be honest. Obviously, a Derby is ranked very high in the career of a trainer. I've been blessed to have really good owners that allow us to buy really good horses, and I have a really good team. I mean, this has been going on from I won my first Derby in 1998. So, you know, we have had, obviously the players have changed, but the work ethic and just the goal of everyone of wanting to win a Jamaica Derby has always been a mainstay of the Nunes stable. So, you know, I'm very fortunate. These guys are willing to put in the work. As I said, the owners are willing to put forward the money, and we're blessed along the way to get 6 derbies.
Yeah, how do you rate Crown Chaser?
As far as a horse, or as far as the derby?
I mean, as far as the Derby is concerned.
Well, I think the truth is, I believe that at the end of there's some derbies. Let's take Relampago. Having looked back on Relampago over the years, his derby fairly seemed like it was cheap. Talented Tony K was really a sprinter. Raven Rene didn't go on to be anything good afterwards, so he was a good stay. And I mean, a derby is a derby. But Crown Chaser and this crop of 3-year-olds, I think, is going to actually turn out, and time will show that they are a talented group of horses. Run Julie Run is a very good filly. Captain Sparrow will show that he's a really good horse. Interesting times ahead, I'm sure will bounce back. He's a very good horse. California Crown is a really good miler. So I think this crop is going to show that they were actually good horses. So, you know, it was an exciting race. It was a good job. Shane Ellis did a phenomenal job. I think it was a fairly run race where, you know, there were no mishaps and no bad rides and so forth and so on. I think it was an exciting finish, and the top 3 finishers, it could have gone anyway from any one of them with a little bit of, you know, change here or there. Any one of the 3 could have been the winner.
to the top of the stretch in the Derby. Run, Julie, run. She's the filly and she is brave and traveling well over on the rail. That is Crown Chaser, and Captain Sparrow now begins to fly on the outside. Captain Sparrow being fought by Run, Julie, run. Crown Chaser trying to battle on down against the rail, but Run, Julie, run is brave. That's the grey filly. They're inside the final 16th. Run, Julie, run, giving her all. Crown Chaser now gathering momentum on the rail. The bobbing noses toward the line. Crown Chaser wins the Derby over Run, Julie, run. Captain Sparrow, interesting times ahead, disappointing. Provident has finished back in fifth.
Crown Chaser is now the first confirmed entry in the Mute Mile. Are you looking forward to early December?
Well, I mean, yes and no, in the sense that the Mute Mile now has attracted a lot of imported horses, and with the up in the purse money, I imagine that the horses that are being imported are going to be even bigger and better than, say, rough entry. So it's going to be a hard task for him, but I think he's a 3-year-old that's improving. He's a big, strong colt, and usually at the back end of the year, these 3-year-olds get stronger and better, and I'm sure he will run a creditable race when that time comes.
Trainer, you have some horses in your stable: Captain Sparrow, Power from Above, and the Derby winner, Crown Chaser. All these horses prefer to go a distance of ground, but there are not many races going a distance of ground in the country.
Yeah.
How are you going to deal with that?
Yeah, I wish I could convince the racing office to change some of these races. We've really not, have a lot of them on the calendar. We do have, as I said, you have the Winston Griffiths, you have the Jamaica Cup going 9.5 furlongs. We no longer have the Harry Jackson. And then you have the Mute Mile going a mile. So it's tough sledding for them. Power from Above is a filly that had she gotten 2-turn races, or say a 1-turn 9 furlong and have more opportunities at those races, she would have been in overnight allowance a long time ago. But she just can't go 7.5 or a mile. She just doesn't get there in time. So she's eligible for a restricted overnight going a mile this week. And then 1 week later, there's a 9 and 25. So, there again, you're put in a spot where you're running the mile, and then 1 week later, you're asking a filly to come back 9 and 25. So, the program's a little skewed against these horses that like to go long, but it is what it is, and we just have to work with it.
Your present crop of 2-year-olds, how well stocked are you?
I would not rank this as one of my best crop of 2-year-olds, to be honest. That doesn't mean there's not a champion in there. It happens. You see it happen all the time. We do have some. We only have 16 of them this year. Normally we're around the 25 region, but as is well documented, I missed some time off with a little illness there, and so the purchasing of the yearlings went down, and so forth and so on. But so I'm not overly excited about. There are, I would say, out of the 16 of them, there are a handful that I think could be nice horses. I don't think I have. When this crop of 3-year-olds were 2-year-olds, I was very happy with the set of babies I had. I mean, we have Supremacy, who I think will show you is a really nice horse as time goes by. We have Warsaw, who is going to be a really talented sprinter as well. So that was a really talented group from early, and they had the breeding, they had the look. We have some, as I said, I think we have about a handful of nice babies this year. What I'm really pleased with is that our yearling crop that's coming in is going to be pretty special, and I'm confident about the yearling crop that we have coming in.
Trainer, to end this interview, can you tell racing fans when again will we see Crown Chaser?
Well, so he's eligible for overnight allowance, and the reason why he's overnight and not open is because the Derby was his second win. So the conditions for overnight allowance clearly stated, because I checked this out already with the racing office. So a winner of 1 plus a grade 1 winner against 3-year-olds only is eligible for overnight. So he's eligible for overnight. So I had a choice to make, where it was run him back in about 3 to 4 weeks from the Derby in an overnight allowance 9 and 25 because the trip is perfect. And then have about 10 weeks to the Jamaica Cup as a prep run. I only wanted to, having discussed with the owners, we only want to run him once before the Jamaica Cup. Or we run 3 weeks prior to the Jamaica Cup and give him the 10-week layoff now and run in a mile. I think it's the big sub overnight allowance sobriety. Overnight allowance going a mile 3 weeks out. So we really don't have a lot of options, to be honest. So right now we've chosen to give him the time to take a deep breath, just work him nice and slow in the mornings, just to keep him to a certain level of happiness and health. And then we'll start ranking him. I'll say we'll start, getting him going really again, maybe by the middle of September, we'll start striding him again. And aim towards giving him a run in that overnight allowance 3 weeks before the Jamaica Cup, and then hopefully we'll have him right for the Jamaica Cup again.
So no Gold Cup?
No, we're not good. I just don't think. I think, look, he's a big fella. If you noticed, we took our time with him. He doesn't have the best of legs. He's talented. I think that the way we have handled him to this point has been right, and he has paid us back in the best way you could possibly pay us back by winning a derby. We believe to give him a good shot at the Jamaica Cup, this is the right route to go.
Okay, 6 derby winners, trainer. All the best for 7th Heaven.
Thank you, my friend.
Okay.
Thank you for watching another video produced by the team from QuickGallopJaya.com and its YouTube channel, The Quick Galloper. Please stay on the channel for other enlightening videos on those involved in local horse racing. Please like, subscribe, and press the notification bell.